Good morning. This is Debbie Royce, New York Job Development Authority's Acting Corporate Secretary. I'd like to welcome everyone to this morning's meeting. Before we formally begin, I would ask that everyone please mute your lines unless you're speaking, and we'll begin by taking a roll call of the members to ensure we have a quorum present on the line. Please be so kind as to stay present when we call your name. Chairman Eric Gertler.
Present.
Alfredo Assad.
Present.
Emily Yusuf.
Present.
Superintendent Linda Lacewell.
Present. It's Linda.
Designee for the Commissioner of Agriculture and Markets, Steve McGrattan.
Present.
And designee for the Commissioner of the Department of Labor, Karen Coleman.
Present.
Okay, thanks so much. Chairman Gertler, you're ready to begin.
Great, thank you, Debbie. Good morning, everyone. And I now call to order the meeting of the members of the New York Job Development Authority for Monday, October 5th, 2020. Before we get started, I will also ask that everyone please mute their phone until you are ready to speak. Also, for the record, I will ask that anyone wishing to speak, please be sure to state your name before you begin. I'd like to note for the record that due to public health concerns and as authorized by an executive order of the governor, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I will also note for the record that the public was given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting their written comments by 4:30 p.m. on Friday. I'd like to state for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda items. The members have received the written materials in advance of this meeting and are free to ask questions at any time during the presentations. I will now ask the members whether anyone has a potential conflict of interest with respect to any of the items on the agenda. If so, I will ask you to please make an appropriate disclosure on the record at this time. We will then be sure that you may recuse yourself from any discussion or vote with regard to such item or items. Anyone? Okay. Hearing none, the first item on today's agenda is the approval of the minutes of the August 2020 members' meeting.
Motion.
Chair Gertler, this is Pravina Raghavan. I just wanted to note it. I'm put as an attendee on the meeting, but I didn't attend the meeting, so that was my only correction to the notes.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any questions, comments, addition, or deletions on the minutes? Okay, hearing none, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Sounds like no. The motion, the minutes have been approved. Thank you, everyone. So with that motion carrying, I'd now like to call upon Ray Salivarios to present the next item on today's agenda, which relates to the JDA Agriculture Loan Fund Program. Ray, when you're ready.
Thank you. This is Ray Salivarios. Thank you again, Eric. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the members, all the attendees on the phone. I just want to go over the authorization to increase the allocation to the New York Business Development Corporation. As we all know, in June of 2016, the JDA Board approved the creation of the JDA Agricultural Loan Program, under which select lenders, including NYBDC, were authorized to make loans ranging from $50,000 to $200,000 to New York State agribusiness firms. NYBDC was allocated $2 million of the $10 million approved program loan funds. To date, $666,666 in program loan funds have been dispersed to NYBDC. NYBDC promotes and advances the business prosperity and economic welfare of New York State by providing small business loans. Throughout its 60-year history, NYBDC has provided thousands of small businesses, including startups, mature businesses, and minority and women-owned businesses with access to loans when they do not meet the requirements for traditional financing. It's interesting to note that in the JDA statutes, NYBDC is the only lender identified by name. The statutes also allow for NYBDC to receive up to $5 million in allocation within a 12-month period. Our team at ESD works very closely with NYBDC. NYBDC participates as a lender in different capital access programs. In fact, NYBDC this year received a $6 million loan from ESD to use as funds to be a paycheck protection lender. They're also a lender in our MWE contract assistance program, the Bridge to Success. We believe that increasing the NYBDC program loan allocation from $2 million to $3 million would give NYBDC increased access to capital to help New York State agribusinesses during the difficult times caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. NYBDC is authorized to make United States SBA loans, 7A loans, under the Preferred Lender Program. And the Preferred Lender Program is the highest level of approval and status that a lender can hold in the SBA loan program. The Preferred Lender Program statutes permit NYBDC to approve loans without requiring SBA approval. And it's very important for small businesses. Any of us who dealt with the SBA know that they're not the most nimble in getting back to you with responses. So the SBA 7A program provides an SBA guarantee of 85% for loans of up to $150,000 and 75% for loans greater than $150,000 with a maximum loan amount of $5 million. Approving NYBDC's ability to make loans of up to $1 million to agribusinesses using the program funds rather than the previously approved $200,000 limit, only where these larger loans are enrolled in the SBA 7A program, will give NYBDC the flexibility to participate in larger agricultural projects without sacrificing capital safety. Currently, the $10 million allocated, of the $10 million allocated, $8.5 million has been committed among the existing lenders. Of the $8.5 million, $3.9 million has been dispersed by the participating lenders in the agricultural program. Staff requests authorization to increase NYBDC's program fund allocation from $2 million to $3 million. This increase will not exceed the previously approved $10 million limit to overall program funding. Staff also requests authorization to allow NYBDC to make loans using program funds from $200,000 to $1 million, only if such loans in excess of $200,000 are enrolled in the SBA 7A guarantee program. Otherwise, all terms, covenants, and conditions contained in the original materials shall continue to apply to NYBDC. Thank you. Now, any questions? I'll answer any questions, I should say.
Ray, it's Eric. I have a question. I just want to make sure I understand. There's a $10 million total amount.
Yes.
$8.5 million has been committed. I think you said $3.9 million has actually been allocated or distributed.
Right.
So we're trying to increase the amount that can be, increasing the limit on the remaining $1.5 million is effectively what you're saying.
No, we're looking to take part of the remaining $1.5 million and allocate it to NYBDC and allow them to make loans in excess of $200,000 when they enroll these loans in excess of $200,000 in the SBA 7A program.
Sorry, I'll come back later.
There'll still be an additional $500,000 left over for further allocation.
Correct. That's what I understand. Okay. I got it. Anyone else? Any other?
This is Karen Coleman. I just have a question about what other groups would be eligible, or do you market to for outside of the NYBDC? So you have 500,000 remaining. Who would be some of those targeted groups, or are they individual agricultural businesses, or how do you award that?
Well, the lenders, we have 10 lenders in the program, and each lender is responsible for a specific region in the state. Right? And so what we do is we market within each region to agribusinesses directly. I got to appreciate and actually thank the Ag and Markets, who's been very helpful in getting the word out to their agribusinesses that about the program. We're working with the folks from Grow NY New York to help us, again, promote the program. We pretty much just send out emails, flyers, and work with agribusinesses throughout the state, agribusiness organizations, the Breweries Association, the Distilleries Association, the wineries in the Finger Lakes and throughout the state. So our idea is just to make outreach as much as possible to every agribusiness in the state to let them know that this program exists.
Okay, thank you. And you think that the remaining $500,000 is enough for those outside of, the NYBDC process?
Well, we still have monies available for the other lenders. We've committed $8.5 million, but we only dispersed $3.6 million to the existing lenders. So they still have room to grow within their own allocation to lend the money out. Interesting when you look at it, in the southern tier, Delaware County is the #1 ag lender in the state. And Delaware County is a huge agriculture community. So a lot of dairy farms there. So they've been doing a great job in getting the word out. We have a lender in Cattaraugus County that does a great job in getting the word out and lending within the western region, especially in Allegheny and even in Niagara County. So, we're doing well. What we need to push better, what we need to do better is in the Finger Lakes. And funny, Finger Lakes has the most agricultural region of all the regions, but we need to do better to get out to Orleans County, Genesee County, and Wyoming County. So working with my lender to try to get the outreach out and working with the local providers there to increase participation. Other than that, throughout the state, we're doing fairly well. We're doing pretty good. Long Island is a hotbed for some of the activity that we're doing now. It's just a matter of continuing to help these lenders get the funds out.
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments?
Yes, Eric, thanks. It's Linda Vasewell. Ray, what are we doing to ensure diversity of participation and WBE-related agricultural outfits? I know it's hard to get the word out generally, but I want to make sure we're reaching all communities and giving everyone the opportunity to participate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We've worked with our MW division to make sure that the word gets out to all certified firms in the state. When we email blast to folks, we're sensitive to the fact that the MW participation is important. Although keeping in mind that in the agriculture business industry, minority and women-owned participation needs to be improved. Right? There aren't many black farmers in the state. There are a few women-owned firms that own farms, but we're trying to work with Ag and Market, work with the community to increase interest in the program within the minority and women-owned community. It's a task, though, to be honest. It's just difficult. I mean, farming, specifically farming, most of the farmers have been doing it most of their lives. They're over 57 years old. The younger demographics of farming is not what we want it to be. Obviously, the black-owned farms are not where we want to be. There are some Latino-owned farms, not that many, but it's growing. It's just a matter of trying to help them understand the importance of this agriculture to the state, the benefit that agriculture does to the state. It's a process, Linda. We're trying, though.
All right. To be clear, I don't have any problem with this particular item on the agenda. I just would like to underscore the importance of widening participation in all of our economic development initiatives and job-creating initiatives, especially at a time when it is clear that diverse communities have been hit harder by both the pandemic and the economic crisis that we're in. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Any other comments?
Mr. Chairman, this is Steve McGrattan from Ag and Markets. I think I can help answer some of Linda's questions as well. Commissioner Ball has been working with a group on diversity in agriculture as a part of 2020 State of the State initiative that the department has been having. We've slowed down because of COVID, but that has ramped back up. And I think, not to belabor the conversation, but just to say, Ray will get you on an agenda when the group gets moving, and it would be great for you to make a presentation to that group.
Very excellent. Thank you. Looking
Right.
forward to it.
Thanks, Ray, and thanks for your hard work on this. We really appreciate it.
Just want to make sure again, any other questions, comments from any of the members? Okay. As noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item, so I will now entertain a motion for approval.
Motion.
Anyone? Right. Is there a second?
Second.
Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, thank you. The motion carries. Ray is doing double duty today, so Ray will also present our next agenda item, which also relates to the JDA Agriculture Loan Fund Program. Ray, you ready to do the second one?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Eric.
Great, thank you.
So recently, we were informed by one of our agricultural lenders, the Development Authority of North Country, that they wanted to withdraw from the JDA Agriculture Loan Program and return the original allocation of $333,333. North Country was allocated $1 million overall for the program, and they have not used any of the funds. And having a conversation with North Country, they have told us about the marketing calls they've made, the webinars, the conferences they've tried to host, and ultimately they decided that, in their estimation, North Country agribusinesses they connected with would prefer grant sources over loan products, or more readily utilize Farm Credit East as their primary lender. So at that point, we decided we have to move forward and try to get another lender in the North Country. So we are requesting authorization to replace the Development Authority of North Country as an approved lender with the Fulton County Center for Regional Growth. Now, the Fulton County Center for Regional Growth, Fulton County, is currently located in Fulton County, but they have a presence where they do work, and I know Ron Peters very well. They do work in Mohawk Valley in general, but they also do work in Hamilton, which is right next to Fulton County, which is in the North Country. They do work in Lewis County, Essex County, and some work in St. Lawrence County. All those are in the North Country. Fulton County also does work in Warren, Washington, and Saratoga County, which are all in the capital region. So they have an extensive reach that can help us replace what we could lose with North Country deciding to opt out of the program. Fulton County manages the CBG Microenterprise Grant for Fulton County. They currently have 3 loan pools, which they manage. I think they've lent over $1.8 million of those funds. There have been 0 defaults in all the loans they've made, which is very good. It's very exciting to hear that. And Fulton County was audited by New York State, and they found 0 discrepancies in the audit. My dealings with Fulton County and Ron Peters has been extensive. I've traveled to Fulton County on more than one occasion as I traveled around the Mohawk Valley, and I know that Fulton County works well with the regional local officials, nonprofit organizations, specifically in Essex, Fulton, Hamilton, and Saratoga. And they partner with lending institutions to assist in the application of grants and provide education whenever is possible.
Ray, this is Alfredo.
Yes.
Replacing your representative in the market doesn't address the issue that the first party raised, which is that the market wants grants rather than loans.
Well, I believe that I'm not sure I agree with them 100%. I mean, we've worked with organizations under our Small Business Revolving Loan Program, and they've had success in the North Country making small loans and business loans to businesses in the North Country, albeit not dedicated strictly to agribusinesses, but to businesses as a whole. We also have a few lenders, notably NYBDC, that have done some 504 loans there. The JDA actually approved a JDA loan in Clinton County. So there is some activity there. I would just wonder, and I had a conversation with North Country about what they do. So they just felt that they couldn't get out as much as they wanted to get this done. We believe that having Fulton County cover Lewis, Hamilton, and Essex counties, which are the counties closest to them, and having NYBDC cover Jefferson, St. Lawrence, Franklin, and Clinton, we think we'll make a better push in getting the funds out. North Country, I'm sure everyone knows, it's a difficult area to market. I mean, I made a judgment and error in trying to drive from Essex County to Jefferson County. That's a long drive, and it's all a rural community. But there are local development corporations that we work with, chambers of commerce that we work with, and the team and I are really making a conscious effort to improve our presence in the North Country, working very closely with our regional office also. So we're not ready to give up on the North Country folks.
I mean, to be clear, I'm not opposed to switching horses. It's just that it's good market feedback.
Right. We just gotta. The team and I have to do a better job of getting out to North Country, and we've committed to doing that. I mean, North Country is a huge region, so it's difficult to do the marketing there, especially in the wintertime. It's hard to get around North Country. But what we do, and we're working with local development corporations now in the North Country. We actually have a webinar coming up with the folks from Essex County to talk about the ag business funds and how we can do a better job of getting the word out. So I'm confident that we continue our efforts and make a concerted push that we'll have better success than we've had in the past in the North Country region.
Ray, this is Emily. Do you know how many loans have actually been made to agribusiness in the North Country? I mean, is there a big enough demand, or maybe not loans, but I should say, how many grants? Is there an active grant business up there with? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, Emily. Go ahead. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I apologize for that.
No. It was fine. It was really, I mean, do we know that there have been a lot of grants made up there? Have the funds allocated for grants for the agribusiness been utilized in the North Country?
We don't necessarily make grants, but there have been grants that I've seen given out specifically in Lewis County, and I was involved with a project in Jefferson County that had a CBDG grant given to them. I push back a little with North Country because my experience with North Country has been, it's a difficult place to market, but it's not impossible. Again, we had one JDA loan approved in Clinton County. We had a soy project in St. Lawrence project that we were ready to present to the board, and both projects were agro-driven. I just think that we as a team, my team and I, have to do a better job and focus more on North Country and work closer with our regional offices, which we started to do. Obviously, the pandemic has hindered our efforts, but nevertheless, we also talked to Farm Credit East, and Farm Credit East is one of our partners in the JDA loan program. So we're talking to them about how can we partner with you to do these smaller loans, because Farm Credit East is not doing small loans. It'll be very difficult for you to get a $150,000 loan from Farm Credit East. So David from Farm Credit East and I have been talking extensively about how do we increase, not just in North Country, but how do we get Farm Credit East to work with us for their smaller loans. So part of the strategy we have now is working closely with Farm Credit East, having them send us leads, and we'll see Nathan Rogers, who used to be the commissioner, also is our Farm Credit East, and we work with him. So it is a comprehensive strategy that we're trying to look for the agricultural fund, because we believe that there's a pent-up demand there. We just have to get the word out and help people access the funds. But North Country has been a challenge. I hope I answered your question, Emily.
Any other comments or questions?
So we're recommending, Eric, that we approve Fulton County as a JDA Agricultural Loan Program lender.
Correct.
Fulton County's allocation will be $500,000. And all the terms, covenants, and conditions contained in the original materials are going to apply to the Fulton County Center for Regional Growth.
Got it. Last chance for any comments from any of the members? Okay. As noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public with regard to this item, so I will now entertain a motion for approval. Anyone?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Well, great. The motion carries. The remaining item on today's agenda was provided to the members for their information, and no presentation will be made, and no vote is required. There being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting, please? Anyone?
Motion.
Motion, great. Thank you. Thank you to everyone for participating in today's meeting. Thank you, Debbie.
Bye all. Be well.